Karen from County Fairgrounds USA, countyfairgrounds.net. Welcome to today's podcast.
Do I have Chef Scott Landry on the phone with me?
You sure do.
Hi, Mr. Chef. How are you doing today?
I'm great, and yourself?
I'm doing fine. So I understand you're a comedic chef. How did that get started?
Well, I did a Ad and Press Club dinner for some little old ladies on a convention, and they loved it so much they told everybody, and from there it just kind of grew from there.
Okay. So what kind of events do you usually do?
Well, I do fundraisers for charities, and I do county and state fairs. I do spousal events at conventions. I do a little bit of everything.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. So, how long have you? Do you remember your first county fair?
Yeah, it was a festival, and it was the Shrimpery in Aransas Pass, Texas, about 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay, all right. So, how many states have you been in?
47 states and 7 foreign countries.
Holy cow! You've been overseas too?
Well, in the Caribbean and in South America, yes.
Oh, that sounds like fun. So, aren't you what kind of a chef are you?
Well, I specialize in Cajun cooking, but I do a little bit of everything.
Okay, all right.
When I was in the catering business, my specialty was hot food that never hit the warmers, served fast and quick.
Okay. So where did you learn how to be a chef?
I went to the American Culinary Institute for a specialty class, and I worked for a cafeteria chain who felt the managers needed to know how to do every job in the building, so they put me through chef school.
So it was sort of an accident, right?
Yes, correct. That's 100% true. And the comedy show was kind of an accident too. I was a caterer. I was a big caterer in our town with a banquet hall, and that's how the Ad and Press Club got hold of me. And then I was catering for some pretty heavy hitters while they were in concert or on the road, and so that helped. And then I was on the Food Network for a bit, and things I've been very lucky.
Okay. Sounds like it. So are you a married man?
I am. I recently got married about 5 or 6 years ago, and living happily ever after in the country.
So you don't have any kids?
I have 3 from a first marriage.
Okay. What do they think of this?
They wish their dad would get a real job.
You know what I think? I think they're just jealous.
Yes, I guess that could be it too.
Okay, all right. So have you had any bad experiences with this?
Show-wise or?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's all been interesting. I mean, I've run out of gas and I've broke down on the highway, but I, knock on wood, have never missed a show, and life's been good.
So how long are your shows usually?
It usually lasts about 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. If it's a dinner show, we actually feed them the meal, and then while they're eating it, I show them how to make it while doing the comedy routine. If it's a fair show, it's still 30, 40 minutes, but I show them how to make an entree and a dessert dish, and then at the end of the show, we feed everybody a sample.
Okay, so you're a comedian. Now, I have to tell you, I've talked to a lot of comedians. Some of them tell me that, some of them tell me that it's really hard to learn how to be a comedian. Others tell me it's the most natural thing in the world. So how do you feel about it?
Entertaining, I've always tried to be the center of attention, so it comes pretty easy. The hardest part, when you're doing PG and G-rated shows, finding enough material to stay fresh.
Yeah.
Okay,
well.
And I kind of like Sinbad believes that if you have to resort to cussing and foul jokes, then you're not a comedian.
I would think not. No. Okay, so are you a good chef?
Yes, I'm a pretty good cook.
You eat your own food?
States president, parts of the royal family of England and Italy, and
wow.
Most of the country western stars from the 80s and 90s.
Wow, I'm impressed. I have to tell you, I'm impressed. So do you eat, I take it you eat your own food, right?
To tell the truth, not a lot.
How come?
Well, when you mess with it all day, by the end of the day, you don't really want to eat that for supper. And my wife and I, it's just her and I most of the time. Well, it's funny you should ask because I've had grandkids all day today. But I told her when we got married that I didn't want her cleaning the kitchen and having to struggle, and that it was just about as cheap for two people to go eat dinner out and then not have anything to clean and worry about what they're going to eat their next meal. So we eat out quite a bit.
Okay, so now tell me some of your most favorite experiences.
I catered for George Strait, which was an absolute joy. I did the Alameda County Fair in Pleasanton, California for about 5 years in a row, which is just an outstanding, beautiful fairgrounds. Met some very talented musicians back in those days. Well, there's also Topsfield, Massachusetts, that I did the fair there, and the people that are in charge are the most gracious, kind people ever. So I really like that fair. I worked for President Clinton one day on a banquet, which was interesting. And the most gratifying thing I ever did was feed 180,000 people during the Hurricane Rita disaster.
Over a period of days, I take it.
Yeah, we fed 180,000 people in 90 days out of my home.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of work.
Well, it was. In fact, a lot of the meal, well, the breakfast meal and some of the meals at the beginning of the cooking, I would have to do with a flashlight in my mouth because we didn't have electricity. Because it was right after the hurricane. And so that was challenging. And then the Red Cross would show up early in the morning and load up all the meals, and then off they'd go with them.
Okay, Mr. Scott, what is there that you would like to do that you haven't had an opportunity, do you think?
Well, I always said I wanted to ride a bull and I wanted to parachute before I died. And,
good luck.
I think that train has left the station. I got I got two brand new knees 2 years ago or 2 summers ago, and so a lot of those things no longer happen.
Well, maybe you could do it virtually online.
Yeah, that might work. I did ride a young bull one time for a high school rodeo as a celebrity bull rider. That didn't take me long to figure out that you're not crazy the first time you get on the bull. It's the second time you get on that makes you crazy.
Yeah.
You know what they expect the second time, and you shouldn't be that stupid. But, yeah, that's how that goes.
I interviewed a bull rider one time. Yeah. Oh, I broke this, I broke that, and I said, have you ever thought about quitting? Oh, no. Okay.
Well, what I think about bull riders is they're all young and dumb, and and you do not see any old bull riders, and that's because by the time they get old, they're all broke up.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Okay, so where are you booked this year?
Well, I'm going to the New Mexico State Fair, the Washington State Fair, Mercer County in Ohio. I'm going to Santa Barbara County Fair in Colorado. I'm going to the Desert Empire Fair in California. Where else am I going? Oh, I'm going to Indianapolis this year, and I'm going to Reno, Nevada, and also Vegas this year.
Okay, so do you have any openings?
Oh, yes, I have lots of openings. I'm doing, in fact, it seems like I'm working like the middle of the month in July, and I'm working the first half of the month in August, and I'm working the first half of the month in September. So I have openings, most of July, and I have openings the second half of August, and I have openings the second half of September.
Okay, so are you your own booking agent?
I am. I tried agents for a while. Well, when I first started, I was my own agent, and it was a lot of work. And as I got older and I opened up a second business, my time started running out. So I hired an agent, and they were okay for a few years, but too much was dropping through the cracks. So I went back on my own, and business is getting stronger again. Just takes more concentration and effort.
I agree. Yeah. Okay.
And
all right.
These days have changed to where there's a lot of online presence and a lot of emailing, and I am very computer challenged.
You and everyone else, things have gotten hard. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how do people reach you if they have an interest?
They can reach me via email at scott@cheflandry.com, or they can call me at 337-515-2458.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Scott. I've thoroughly enjoyed this interview. Very nice talking to you.
You call anytime. We're always around.
Bye-bye, Scott.
Bye-bye.